The Boy Who Ran Toward the World. Chapter 1. The Horizon Beyond Neriah.
The city of Neriah clung to the cliffs above the sea like an ancient dream that had forgotten to fade. White stone houses crowded narrow, winding streets. Blue fabrics fluttered between rooftops. In the salt-heavy wind, merchants shouted in crowded marketplaces, while fishermen hauled glittering nets from the harbor below. Every morning, the scent of warm bread, olive oil, cedarwood, and sea spray drifted upward through the city, together like incense. To most people, Neriah was beautiful. To 12-year-old Yonah ben Elazar, it felt like a cage. Not a cruel cage, not even an unhappy one, which almost made it worse. His family lacked for nothing. His father was respected. His mother was kind. Their table was always full. Their home overflowed with books, polished copper lamps, woven carpets, and guests who spoke in warm, serious voices late into the night about Torah, trade, and the future of the Jewish people. People admired the family. Fortunate is the household of Elazar, neighbors would say. And every time Yonah overheard it, something inside him tightened, because nobody ever asked whether he felt fortunate, only whether he behaved properly. Sit straighter, learn more carefully. A Jewish child carries responsibility. Your soul must become disciplined. Every adult seemed to speak as though childhood were merely an obstacle standing between a boy and the person he was required to become. But Yonah did not wish to become required. He wished to become alive. That was the difference nobody understood. He tried at first. Truly he did. He sat for endless hours beside long wooden tables while tutors traced holy words across parchment. He repeated lessons until the sounds lost meaning. He listened as older scholars debated fine points of law on furrowed brows and burning intensity. Yet while his body remained inside the study hall, his mind wandered somewhere else. To ships. Always ships. Through the high windows overlooking the western cliffs, Yonah could sometimes glimpse them far below in the harbor. Enormous sailing vessels swaying against the glittering water like living creatures preparing to breathe. Ships from distant kingdoms. Ships carrying spices, stories, maps, silks, travelers, and mysteries. Ships that left. That was what fascinated him most. They left. Every evening he would climb secretly to the rooftop above his family's home and stare toward the horizon where sea and sky dissolved together in molten gold. What existed beyond that line? What did the world sound like in places where nobody knew his name? Did boys there wake before dawn to memorize laws they did not yet understand? Did they feel watched every moment of their lives? Or did they run laughing through open streets beneath unfamiliar stars? Yonah did not know, but slowly, quietly, dangerously, he began wanting to find out. At first, the thought frightened him. Good boys do not think such things. Good boys remain grateful, obedient, disciplined. But the thought returned anyway, again and again, until eventually it no longer felt like a thought. It felt like a doorway. Then came the Festival of Lights. The entire city blazed for 7 nights beneath hanging lanterns and dancing fire. Music filled the marketplaces. Children raced through crowded streets carrying honey cakes and spinning tops, while musicians played drums deep into the evening. And during the final night of celebration, standing unseen among hundreds of strangers near the harbor docks, Yonah witnessed something that changed him forever. A ship was departing. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. The sailors moved with fierce purpose beneath torchlight. Ropes tightened, wooden beams groaned. The great sail unfurled into the night wind like the wing of some enormous bird. And suddenly, Yonah understood something terrible. The world was continuing without him. Entire civilizations, mountains, kingdoms, languages, stories, all moving beyond the horizon while he remained trapped inside the same streets, the same expectations, the same future everyone else had already chosen for him. His chest tightened. The harbor suddenly felt too small for breathing. That night, long after the city had fallen asleep, Yonah lay awake, staring into the darkness. And for the very first time in his life, he considered leaving home, not because he hated it, but because he feared if he stayed too long, he might disappear inside it forever.